Welcome back, Unstoppable fans. GW men's baseball has had quite the interesting season with a 9-8 record so far. Today, we will be talking with key players Steve Barmakian and Jaret Edwards to reflect on their past games and see what they're most looking forward to going into this weekend's A10 matchup against VCU. Baseball correspondent Sejal Govindarao is with them now.
Today, I'm here with GW Baseball's Steve Barmakian and Jaret Edwards. Starting with you, Steve, looking at your batting stats, you led the team with a 974 OPS and a batting average of over 400. What do you credit to this improvement?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I feel that, after being on a team with a coach led by Greg Ritchie, who's such a offensive baseball, such a powerful offensive baseball mind, it's very hard to not have success after being under him for 5 years. There are guys on our team that are more than capable of producing amazing offensive numbers. It's all a testament to the program and, time under that program. I think that has given me the ability to produce today.
Now, looking at your recent game against Virginia, it was promising heading into the 8th inning following Harrison Cohen's pitching performance. Virginia went on to score 6 runs in the final 2 innings. What can the team work on to win those close games, and how do you plan on bouncing back from the loss?
Yeah, Harry pitched great. I think that if you were to look at our stats on paper, there'd be no doubt in your mind that we're a really good team and we can compete with most teams that we're going to go against and in the country. But the thing that still stalls us, I think, is the moment. There are several moments that occur throughout a baseball game that beg to be pounced on, beg to be produced within, and I think that if we can work on capitalizing on those moments more and taking advantage of them when they do pop up, that'll make all the difference, because we are, like I said before, we are talented, and the great separator in this game isn't necessarily talent. It's who can perform in the moment when the game calls upon it, because there are not many times in the game where the game screams at you, hey, this is the moment. Only experience can give you the ability to recognize when it is said moment, and being able to act. So that's what we need to work on.
Now, switching to defensive performance a little bit, we're going to go to you, Jaret. As one of GW's most reliable pitchers with the most appearances and third most innings pitched, how has this season differed from past seasons for you?
Thank you, Sejal. This season is actually, believe it or not, pretty similar to seasons in the past. We've always been a pitching staff who has tried to fill up the strike zone and let our great defenders like Steve work behind us. We can still be better at that. So it might be different in the sense that we haven't quite hit our full potential as a pitching staff. We're still growing. And I think part of that is because we weren't here. A lot of us weren't here in the fall. So we had an abbreviated time together with our coach. So the season has started. We may feel like we're a little bit like we haven't reached our potential yet. However, baseball is baseball. It's April 1st now. We're heading into conference play. We've done this. I've now done this for 4 years, heading into conference play, and we're just going to keep going out and playing like we normally do.
Yeah, and how do you plan on building off of your solid innings pitched against Seton Hall and Delaware State in the next week's series against VCU?
So as I've been saying, our pitching staff has been building, we've been growing, we've been learning to trust our process and trust our mechanics a bit more. And then I feel like myself and a lot of our pitchers, Steve mentioned Harrison Cohen and a lot of other guys, we've started to really believe, we've started to hit a bit of a groove. So even though we had some kinks in the road, we should be able to take our recent performances and bring that into conference play against a very solid hitting VCU team.
Absolutely. And now a question for both of you. Steve, we'll start with you. What are you or the team in general most actively working towards heading into the A10, playing against VCU starting Friday, April 9th? I know, Jaret, you touched on it a little bit.
Sorry, you just asked where you thought our team was headed. Sorry.
Yeah, just what you're looking forward to, what you're working on heading into the A10.
Yeah. Well, I think a game like yesterday and a game series like Del State that we played recently, they gave us a lot of good feedback on where we currently are. And what's kind of strange is that now we have about 10 days to think it over and not play. I don't think that's ever happened. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jared. I don't know if we've never had a layoff like this mid-season before, but it'll be good. We'll have time to work on things that we've learned about ourselves over the first few weeks of the season, which is a cool and kind of unique opportunity. Because normally the season starts and you're thrown into it and then you ride it out till the end. But now we get a chance to look back, reflect, and improve. And going into conference play, we have a lot of young guys who don't quite, who are excited to see the difference between non-conference and conference play, and they're excited, and they are really eager to be a part of that, because all they've been hearing is VCU's coming out, VCU, and they're getting all ramped up. They've never even played against VCU before. They don't even know about any sort of rivalry, but they're still pumped up. Yeah, we certainly are excited, and I think that this downtime is going to give us a cool and unique opportunity to reflect upon what we've learned about ourselves through the first few weeks.
And yeah, like Steve said, we've never had a scheduling break where we've had 10 days off, and I actually think that it works in our favor a bit. We've got this huge series against VCU. We've got some momentum from our sweep this weekend and our good game against Virginia yesterday, to be able to say, okay, let's go and beat VCU. But what this off week does is it allows us to take a deep breath and actually evaluate our team and our performance a bit more. So instead of jumping straight into VCU high heartbeat, we can actually take the week to decompress, figure out what we actually need to fix, and then we can go into VCU not only energized but also refreshed and with a different focus. So that's what I'm looking forward to. It'll be a great series next weekend against, like Steve said, one of our big rivals. And then once conference play starts, it doesn't stop. So it's just going to be that same sort of process going throughout the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like, sometimes when teams have time off with the pandemic, it makes it harder for them to play together, but it seems like it's brought your team closer together and it'll be more cohesive going into the following game. So thank you so much for speaking with us today, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Sejal.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks, Sejal. That's all for today. Be sure to check us out on Instagram at GWTV_unstoppable and Twitter at GWTV_sports. See you next time.